Red Pitaya is a small form factor Linux computer. It's also an open source software-defined FPGA development platform. But because it's a Linux computer, you can also run and execute C code on top of it.
So it's Eamon with ipXchange. We're on the analog devices booth, right opposite the ipXchange booth. And I'm talking to Miha from Red Pitaya. So we met Red Pitaya back at EDS, one of the first things I did with Jake. So Miha, let me know what does Red Pitaya do?
Well, Red Pitaya is a small form factor Linux computer.
Okay.
So you can, out of the box, just open up a web browser, connect it to your internet interface, and basically it just needs to be on a local network. And you can connect it and use it as all these different instruments. For example, oscilloscope, a signal generator, baud analyzer, spectral analyzer, and many more. And you can just it's a web interface, everything is running on Red Pitaya. So you can just, for example, click on the oscilloscope application.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and you can just run it. For example, changing some signals, let's say to a square waveform, does that. But it's not only that, it's also an open source software-defined FPGA development platform.
Oh my god, I didn't realize any of that.
Yeah. So the start of the show are the two fast analog inputs and two fast analog outputs that have 125 million samples per second of data acquisition and data generation at 14 bits of resolution. And because we need to process all this data and get it to a computer, we use gigabit Ethernet interface as a main source of connection.
Nice.
Also you can remotely connect to it and control it with Python, MATLAB, and LabVIEW. But because it's a Linux computer, you can also run and execute C code on top of it.
Oh, excellent. So that's a really good point, because we've had some inquiries about MATLAB, and I mean, not many boards support MATLAB. So this is incredible. If you're, I assume for research purposes, this is really good. Yeah.
We've dubbed it the Swiss Army knife for engineers.
Yeah.
Because it's so versatile that the users are always surprising us where they've used it. For example, we have a student team from our home country, Slovenia. They used it to build a ground-penetrating radar that can be mounted on a drone.
Okay, that's impressive. So so this does get integrated into other products, as well as being a plug-and-play, out-of-the-box measurement device.
Exactly. So its point is its versatility. Mm-hmm. So the idea behind it was that you could have this small board that you could take with you and use it as any instrument, and also that it's portable and you can use it for projects. Yeah.
Oh, excellent! Very exciting. Can you tell me about a little bit about each of these different Red Pitaya ones, or is that?
Yeah, sure. Basically, throughout the years, we've noticed that our customers needed different things. Mm-hmm. For example, once or twice a year, we just send out a survey to our customers asking for feedback and what they would like to have in the future. And based on the feedback, we've noticed that sometimes, for example, the story behind SDR Lab is that basically radio amateurs really like to use this board for to build around as a core to build a software-defined radio around it.
Okay.
But they don't need 1 mega ohm inputs and they didn't need the analog filters behind it. So they just hacked it and put a wire between the input and the ADC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why we decided, you know what, let's give them the warranty back and let's make a whole separate board that's suited to their needs.
Oh, excellent. So fast evolving company then?
Yeah, it's basically, the idea behind it is to try to follow our customers' wishes and implement them in other boards.
Cool, excellent. And are all of these available at the moment, or are some of them you're just showing for the first time at the show?
Well, actually, we're testing the 4-input version for the first time at the show. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think we just released it.
Okay.
So it has, instead of the standard 2 inputs and 2 outputs, it has just 4 inputs. So you're capable of sampling 4 different signals, acquiring data from 4 different signals at the same time. And it has reduced low input noise, and it has a bigger FPGA.
Oh, nice. Those sound fantastic. So Red Pitaya, Swiss Army knife for engineers, but you can also integrate it into your own end products. So that was Miha.
Yeah.
And Yeah, very, very good to meet you, and
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very glad to finally write about these guys. So that was a great chat with Red Pitaya, who Jake and I first met at EDS last year on Jake's first week. So that was finally really good to have a chat with them. Very interesting technology. I didn't realize that you can use it as an FPGA development board as well as an SBC. So yeah, much more than just a scope. Check out the link in the description for more details.